Hello, welcome. What is good, guys? Tone here, ready to do some more slice and dice. Been a little bit since the last video, and excited to dip right back into the game. I've actually been craving some classic unfair here. I feel like it's only been like 2 or 3 weeks probably, but I feel like I haven't really played much classic unfair lately as we've been exploring some of these other modes and stuff. And I feel like I might be rusty on it or something. I want to get back into it. So I was thinking about doing some classic unfair, but then I remembered I actually kind of want to do shortcut. And what I like about shortcut is, so you skip the first 8 levels and you start on level 9, and all your hero picks that you would normally have at that point and your item picks that you would normally have on that point are completely randomized. So it's almost like this quick play, like where you get right into a game and it's fast, and then you have to work with what you get. And like that's what I really love about roguelikes, is working with what the game gives you. And so this is kind of like a version of that, because it actually puts you in a lot of situations that I would never find myself in normally, because I might be like very unlikely to pick this item or this hero or whatever. And I think that is really cool. And that's also great for just like exposing yourself to new scenarios and things that you would rarely find yourself in normally, so that when you do like come across them in like other games or like other runs and stuff, then you'll be like you'll have that experience to be able to tackle those problems. So I think we're going to do some shortcut here today, and I'm really excited for that. And it looks like, do I have, okay, I guess I'm just on the starting screen here. So one thing in shortcut that you get is you do pick your curses. This is one thing I don't like about shortcut mode. I actually wish it just gave me random curses for a few reasons. One, I think that the picking the curses here like slows down like the quick play aspect of the game mode, which, to be clear, I don't think it's necessarily intended to be here's quick play mode. That's just one thing that I like about it, and this detracts from that for me. And also, when you're skipping the first 8 levels, basically when I'm picking curses in unfair, one of like the rough like categorizations that I do when I'm just kind of like you know, in my head just like figuring out like what kind of curses I'm going to end up taking for a run, one of the distinctions I make is like a lot of curses are harder in the early game than they are in the late game, and a lot of them are harder in the late game than they are in the early game. So when you're playing shortcut, you usually just want to take curses that are harder in the early game, because guess what? You're not playing early game. So bottom poison here is a lot tougher in the early game when you just have like a low health, 4 or 5 health hero. And now we start with a tier 2 hero at 7 health. So this is like not as bad here. And other stuff like that. Mortal here is one that's going to be worse in shortcut, because you hit this cat. Actually, I think we probably already are with Maiko. They're not normally 7 hit points, are they? Oh, they are. Wait, no, this just shows everyone, right? Okay, no, Berserker's shown at 8, so this... Okay, so they're normally at 7. Glacia would be impacted by that. So Maiko's actually not being impacted by that. But in general, sorry for that tangent. I had to satisfy my own curiosity there. This is going to be harder later in the run than it is earlier in the run. So that makes this a little bit worse than it normally is. With all that said, I think we're going to dip right into shortcut here. And let's take a look at our starting party and equipment, and then we will select our curses. And before I do that, I will say, do my usual reminder, if you'd like to support this channel and my other work, you can do so over at patreon.com/tonehack. Feel free to check that out. I saw some new subs on there lately, so I appreciate all of you. But yeah, let's see what we got here. So at this stage, we're going to have one tier 1 hero, and everyone else is going to be upgraded to tier 2. And we have the Dabbler, very solid tier 2. Cleric, I'm fine with the Cleric. I don't think a lot of people like them too much, but these sides are pretty powerful. I'd rather have offense, but if I'm going to have defense, I like these sides. Disciple, I got some good 2 mana sides, a spell that can be quite strong. Double use works well with certain items and stuff. The Myco. Decay. Alright, let's see what we're going with here, and what kind of items did we get? Our tier 1 is the big shield, replace the left side with shield 4. Siphon, replace the middle side with heal 0, vitality, flesh, pain. So basically, flesh means that the magnitude of this is equal to your health, and then pain means you take that much damage. So this will kill you, barring like no shields or anything else going on. But it'll heal someone and give them vitality, so it'll increase their health by that much, which is pretty cool. Also, another item that can synergize really well with other stuff. You can get other keywords on this, because it has the potential to have like a very high pip value. Unholy Strength, +1 to the whole middle row, but immune to shields and immune to healing. I used to not like this, but then I randomed into it, and I had it on like armor one run, which was like really strong throughout the whole run. That might be like a uniquely good scenario, but I think it is a lot better than I used to give it credit for. Not sure where I'd put that here. We'll get to that in a second. Another thing I like about shortcut mode, since it feels like lower stakes than like if I'm playing like classic unfair, and I mean this is a game, there are no real stakes, but you know how it is once you get like a streak going or something, you it's hard to stay in a mindset where you like don't care about losing a run. So I will take like less risks and such. But this is a mode where I primarily like to play it to experiment and to take risks and to try things I haven't tried before. That means I might end up throwing this on someone that I wouldn't throw it on before. I might not use it another way. Oh, and the mana potion. Potions are a little weird, but this replaces the rightmost side with 5 mana and drink. Well, a lot of characters have blanks on the right, so this is pretty harmless to throw on there. I don't take a lot of potions, really. It's hard to... You end up not wanting to use this until you need it. And then the weird thing about like having them in slice and dice is you might not be able to play it when you need it. Potion like this, you might be able to know before you, like at the start of a fight, like before like anything even happens, that you're gonna need help in the fight. So with a mana potion, then you can like try to hit that over like the 3 turns that fight's gonna last or whatever. And you just need to hit it once on those turns. In that case, it's providing you good value. But if you find yourself on like a turn where you're suddenly dying and you have to roll this, that's not the best case to be in. So that makes potions a little awkward. I know some other like very good players and players that like streak and stuff like these a lot, because they do help smooth out like low roll variants and like some like the just like really tough fights you can be in. But I don't take them too often. I think at this point in the run, this isn't going to have too much value. Maybe this could, having 5 mana on the turn in the mid game can be quite good. So having this on someone to replace a right blank would negate some potential glow value, which might be better than having a potion on some of these turns. That's something to keep in mind and look at. And let's see what our curses are here then. Reanimated bosses, 7 curse points. We need to take 10 for unfair, of course. And for each defeated boss, add a bones to each fight. So late game, this gets pretty rough. Oh, one more thing I will say. This game, if you take out the effect of potentially being able to take curses that are greatly devalued in difficulty in shortcut mode, just because they're like front weighted in difficulty normally, this type of run, the shortcut, tends to be a lot harder than a regular run, because you do end up with like random picks instead of like picks that you've picked with your skill and like at the game and experience and stuff. That's what I like about it. It's a challenge in its own way, and it lets me experiment and play through scenarios I wouldn't play through normally. So, and I'm also going to pick curses that I might not normally take, I think. Or ones I just haven't used that much. I just want to... I'm kind of back into experimentation mode, where I want to get exposure to more stuff. I'm eyeing like stone monsters and bottom poison here. That's 6, which doesn't actually really work out that cleanly on this board. I could take Mortal with that. I could take Skulk and... Oof, I don't want to touch these at all. So maybe we would take Reanimated here, which I'm kind of curious about trying. It seems like a terrible curse for Shortcut, because it's one of those ones that have late game loaded difficulty to it. It literally does nothing for the first 4 floors. We had Reanimated. Again, I'm not touching these. You could probably deal with left -1 in Shortcut. Probably a little less in Shortcut, but I think it's pretty bad in general. Worse items. The items are so good, you don't want to take this. Although, what's interesting is we already have our items. So this won't come into effect until next floor? Or I guess 2 floors from now. Floor 11 would be our next item. We'd get a tier 3 instead of a tier 5. That's really interesting. But you miss out on like a tier 8 and 9 item with this, which is like really brutal. But it's interesting that we don't get a curse item instead of our tier 1 item, which is normally a deficit. So this one's, the impact is lessened in Shortcut mode here. I still think this is, even with that, I think this is pretty awful. Maybe we reroll? I don't really like rerolling in this mode because the whole reason I want to play it is to get exposed to other stuff. The only reason I'm considering it here is because we don't actually have like a clean slate of curses here. I guess we could try like left -1 if we really wanted to experiment, but this isn't one where I feel like... I think I have in my head a pretty good idea of how this kind of curse impacts our run, even though I haven't really used it before. And it just makes our heroes worse and some of our best sides worse, which is pretty easy to like understand the impact of that, versus like, oh, we're going to be dealing with like 4 bones on extra on later floors. Now here's an interesting question. Does reanimated bones synergize or not with stone monsters? It makes all the bones harder to kill, but they also splash to take out this last pip, which can be helpful. I think it makes them a little worse on average, but I feel like there is like a slight synergy between those two in that way. I do think when you have 4 of these in a run though, you don't want them to be stone monsters. You want to be able to just like one-shot them all. Let's take reanimated bosses, bottom poison, and skulk. This is what I'm feeling. I assume the order doesn't matter, but I'm gonna do it like this. In case these don't get the skulk bonus. Well, no, this is only on turn 2, so it's going to come into effect. I think we'll do this. Here's 11 points here. I'm just feeling like this is a good, could be a fun combo and might not be too bad. And I really wanted to try out reanimated bosses because I haven't played it in a very long time. All right then, and that leaves us with, where do we put our items here? Oh, is this level not going to get a bones? Wait a second. I don't think we've defeated our other bosses yet, so this is actually way easier in this mode. Okay, I'm glad we tried this, because I would have never known that. And with that in mind, it probably wasn't worth picking, but it'll be fun here. It'll be fun regardless. I want to feel like the full effect that this would have on like a classic style run, but it's interesting that it doesn't appear to be adding bones yet, because we technically haven't beaten the bosses, even though we're past the point in the run where there would be 2 normally. We would normally have 2 bones if we played from the floor 1 here. Maybe they'll pop in for the next round, but I don't think they will. I guess we'll find out. Or for the next level, I should say. I want to have here a Spiker and an Imp. For some reason, my gut says to put this on the Myco. They won't be hitting the Spiker directly. There's not like a flanking or descend attack in here. They're poisoned, which actually makes this Unholy Strength pretty bad on them. Since we can't heal the poison. Well, I guess we can cleanse the poison, we just can't shield or heal them. I assume it'll let us cleanse them still. I'm not 100% sure though. It's the big vitality side. Actually, I like this better, I think. I don't think we put this on anyone yet. What a weird item. Throw that on you. Might be better on the Brigand. Although, a turn we need it, you might be exerted. Let's just throw this here for now. Big shield. I'd probably only consider putting on the Cleric. Honestly, think I like this a little bit better, especially in this fight where we have a Spiker. So I can make sure I'm always getting this heal on certain targets if they're attacking the Spiker and taking his spiky damage back. We'll just rock it like this for now. I think I'm cool with that. So what curses we have? Bottom Poison, Skulk, Reanimated Bosses. Okay. Immediately regretting putting Unholy Strength on the Myco. Nah, they're still pretty good actually, because this imp will die. He will be fine. Sure, I think I'll just take that. We'll take all of the mana. Yeah, you can exert yourself, why not? I might even take your mana. I guess rolling for that cleanse would be pretty good. We're not using that mana. Take all these. I play this on you after you attack, probably. I think we do that. That looks like a good turn for me. I don't see anything to play Spore on here. Spore of Curse, increase of Curse. I'm still thinking about curses, apparently. Of course, adds +1 to the target sides for a turn, or the turn, but then decay, so then they end up 1 lower than they started with. Dabbler getting punched, and that is the power of this side right here. 4 pips of value on that Dabbler. Although if the Dabbler attacks him, he's still going to be in trouble. This is a really good Spore target too, though. This side's pretty good here. I think I'm going to roll for mana. Get really offensive here. Mana. Yeah, we'll take that. Keep this. Can't quite kill the Spiker, so I think I will Spore this. 6 points of value there. I could play Glow on the Brigand. That's... No, I'm going to save my burst so I only have to do 2 damage to them next turn. Glow basically gives the Brigand the side that the Cleric ended up with after playing Spore. Okay, I just need to find... I actually have lethal here. Actually, yeah, this is fine. Oh, for some reason I thought the Dabbler rolled the 1 damage, so yeah, we can do this. Alright, we made it through. Oh, there are our bones. Okay. Wait, no. Is this normal like this? I don't know if this is actually taking into account reanimated bosses yet. Kind of feels like it is, but maybe it's not. Suspect it is, but I'm not 100% sure. It actually looks like a tough floor. Maybe one where the Myco doesn't get this. We'll revisit that after we choose our yellow upgrade here. Berserker looks pretty great for all these bones and our reanimated bones. Yeah, I think they're hard not to take here. That 4-pip side has a lot of value with reanimated bones. They're really good in general. Probably quite probably the best tier 2 yellow. A good target to play this Siphon on, interestingly. I might throw that on you. I mean, that just kind of transfers the pain damage to the Disciple. Maybe not. I like their double heal. Probably have 2 little health. To put this on, especially when there's a sniper. I think you might benefit the most from it. This gives you a 4 damage side, which is pretty good in this fight because of the bones. I think we do that actually. We'll put that on you. 3 damage is pretty good too because getting a bones to 3 means an adjacent one splashes them. I like that. The shield is kind of good with the Berserker, I think. That means we often get value with 4 shield. Although we always get value with 4 heals on them too, so this replacing this for that reason doesn't make sense. I think I'll take this with the Berserker though, because this side is a little awkward with the Berserker. Because if they're not getting attacked and they're at full health and you can't get full value out of it, so I think I'll run that like that. Alright, let's jump into this fight. Okay. Are they intentionally aggroing the guy with the unholy strength? This is weird. Well, fortunately he rolled his 4, which makes this a lot more survivable. I think I just take this. Do I? So I want to try and save the Dabbler, so I need to kill these 2. This would be great if I just wanted to kill any bones that was getting splash damaged. I mean, this one's attacking the Disciple, but I can block for the Disciple. I think it's hard to re-roll this when I have like a pretty good side here. The less will come into play, I'm sure. Or fall into place, I should say. I'll take this, because that at least saves the Disciple here. And if you could roll some mana, that would be great. Nice. You rolled the most mana. In that case, we're probably looking at something like... I want to spore this, actually. I can do that. Did that make sense? I don't think it did. We end up in about the same place either way. Did that save me 1 mana? Yeah, I got the same exact result without using the spore, just because of the way the bone splashing worked. If I didn't care about killing this grave this turn, which we didn't have to, but I think there's no reason not to. And so this does nothing. So we're gonna put that on you. Oh, we have Skulk. Totally forgot about that. Completely forgot we had Skulk. Only noticed it when this bones was doing 5 damage. 3 damage is pretty good here. Sniper is going to be hard to kill. Maybe. Or maybe not. I feel like we can get through all of this turn, probably. As long as I roll like 4 mana, I might need 5 mana. We'll see how it goes. I need better sides than this though. This saves the Myco really well, but killing this guy saves the Myco, and I think we're gonna do that this turn. Actually, I could probably leave this Bones alive to get the sniper a little easier. I'm not sure if it really helps us or not. We'll see. I'll take that. This is hard to pass up. How does this turn look? Yeah, not quite there. Even if I had one more mana to be able to cast another burst, so we're not able to kill the sniper, it looks like. I mean, there might be a way. These bones levels get pretty puzzly, but I'm not seeing an obvious one. I don't see a way that Spore helps us get there. We probably do this every time. I think the Dabbler just dies. I don't think... I mean, you can roll your potion. This side plus this side gets us there. And those don't save anyone, so maybe we reroll both of those and try to get really lucky. Cleave side is probably really good here, actually. Cleave, kill, burst. But we're so unlucky to land on that, it's like not even worth it. I think I'd rather just YOLO on these. Dabbler might be dying now, though. Is there something we can do by, like... Not really, huh? I have glow, but it doesn't do anything. So close. Rip Dabbler, the unholy strength. And they even fleed. They took their cheap shot and ran. It does look like we're getting the bones from reanimated bosses now. It's interesting that didn't come into play on the first turn there. Because when you take and add enemies in non-shortcut mode, it comes in. I guess the reanimated bosses does its check at a different point than the normal add enemies. Or this might just be normal for this level. Again, it is like a undead bonesy level, but it feels like we're actually getting reanimated bosses now. Alright, we get to pick between ladder, replace the middle side with the hero above's base side. And give a cleave to the cleric, which I like. Or give him another 3 damage side to the berserker. I like both of those. Dragonhide tends to be very strong though. Like Dragonhide on Dabbler right now is really good. It's pretty dang good on Myco. I'll take the Dragonhide gloves here. I think it works well on a lot of tier 3s as well. I mean, I can even do something like... Yeah, it works really well with Unholy Strength. Look at this beast of a Maiko. This guy has a lot of health because of the pain sides. Replacing the pain sides is kind of crazy, except 2 damage cleave when you have a lot of bones is actually really interesting. This is a really valid setup for Berserker, I think. Probably not in a fight with a Fanatic, though. I think we want their big burst damage. But they have the ability to dish out. I don't like this Maiko setup. I don't want to put Unholy Strength on Dabbler when he's at 3 health this round. Big shield's good in this fight because of the Fanatic. I do have that equipped. Good, good. Maiko's a bit scary with the Fanatic. They can get just 1 shot this turn. But man, if they don't, look at all that they can do. And I mean with the Unholy Strength on them. Yeah, let's run it like this. I'm down for this. Oh, they're doing 8. Okay, they're not hitting the Maiko though. Yeesh, that Berserker hit. This is a good thing I did not give them the Unholy Strength. Man, this combo is nasty. Yeah, I think these are extra, and this is normally just these guys. This Banshee Fanatic duo here, especially with these sides they rolled. This actually might be the Banshee's best side for us, I don't know. It's just like a lot of damage hitting a lot of heroes. And then the Disciples back here just chilling. So this saves the Dabbler. And the thing is, these guys have so much health, I don't think we kill either of them this turn, so we need to try and block for these guys. Glow could be very good. No, because I'm not even getting the healing from it. It's good on the Dabbler, but that's it. This side saves the Dabbler, which is nice. Which is a lot more than the burst can do, unless I could use the burst to kill one of these two. Can we get to a Banshee kill? Oh, if you roll this side, we can do it easily, actually. It's hard to save yourself if you're using a pain side, too. Maybe we do want to reroll this for mana and try to kill the Banshee. This currently only saves the Dabbler. The Cleric probably saves the Dabbler anyways, with their only good sides. So I kind of like the upside of getting mana here. If the Cleric gets big shield, we might try to save the Berserker with them. We actually don't care about any of the enemies that are easy to kill right now. Well, we can save the Cleric by killing one of these, but we're mostly threatened by the tanky enemies that are going to be really hard to kill this turn. I'm rerolling all of these. We're almost guaranteed to get like a better mana sight on Maiko. Almost guaranteed, he said. Kind of hard to pass this up. Do we just sacrifice the Berserker this turn, I wonder? Probably have to take that. Still down to reroll this, but we might get really sad if I roll this. I can't even like kill the Berserker with pain this turn and then res them the same turn, which would be make it a little less bad to land on that side. don't think I can reroll the Disciple. I like how that saves the Dabbler. Although the Cleric saves the Dabbler, but we can also just use him to save themselves, which is going to save us like 2 mana basically, because I don't have to burst them now. I don't think I can afford to target the Bones. Taking the Bones off the floor with the Berserker might not be a terrible idea. The Bones are going to be really nasty next turn, because each one of them is going to be killing someone probably. What a tough floor. Now I kind of wish the Disciple did have the Siphon item on it. I don't think I can reroll the Berserker, because there's only one side that's an improvement here. I guess Cleave a Spore is. Oh, I forgot the Spore combo as well, when I had 3/2 cleave sides on the Berserker. So I could do like a 3 cleave pretty often. That's actually really interesting. Spore can make this a big hit. I guess rerolling the Berserker isn't terrible, but we're really sad 1/3 of the time. And I don't know if we can afford to have them roll an X here. Like, we potentially lose this floor if they roll an X. I think I need this damage. I do get good Cleric value. Ooh, can we actually save the Berserker? No. Maybe? What happens if we do this? I don't know who would be attacking. Oh, and they wail. Wait, why did you only take 1 damage? Oh, because I attacked the Bones, not the Banshee. Man, I actually can't use spells this turn, or the Myco dies. Huh. Okay, this is really nasty then. Completely forgot about the Banshee effect. When we cast a spell, we all take 1 damage. So I think we sacrifice the Berserker. That whale's gonna be nasty, so I think we need to. I would like to try and kill the Banshee first if we can. Is it crazy to waste this mana? Doesn't seem that crazy. Oh, they're immune. Oh my gosh. I think if I don't play the Berserker on the Banshee, then the Banshee doesn't die next turn, which is a problem. I almost feel like I have to, like, there's a chance here that we have to roll this Death Wish to have a good chance of winning here. I have a reroll left still, and we're going to use it at least on the Myco here, I think. The Myco could clutch out with a big revive next turn too, which we might need. If Disciple rolls mana, we get a Banshee kill. but Berserker, Cleric, and Myco probably die. Maybe this is where we want this mana pot. You know what? Also, rerolling this could be pretty good. I think I want this mana. We're going big. I think I'm gonna reroll these 3 dice. And try to kill the Banshee this turn. Although this only helps if we roll this, right? No, if I roll 1 mana, then that gives us an extra spell cast. If I hit 3 on these. Which is my most likely result here. But the 2 damage side here, or the 2 block side here, actually does not save the Cleric after I cast a spell. I think this side's pretty valuable. I think I should keep that, but reroll these 2. And honestly, this might not be worth rerolling. Because if I roll this, I'm kind of screwed. And I really just want to hit 6 mana. Myco's gonna die if I cast a spell. This is a really rough turn. Is there a world where we ignore the Banshee and kill like this bones and this bones? The Berserker dies. Dabbler might be saved. We should be able to kill the Fanatic next turn, and then we just really have to figure out how to deal with the Banshee. Maybe this is the way we go. Okay, this feels safer. There's a chance we get like a revive on the Berserker. Yeah, let's go with that. I like how that was an interesting turn to work through, at least for me, because it seemed like the thing I wanted to do was kill like the Banshee. But it feels like the safer thing to do is to kill everything else, actually. Maybe that was more obvious to others while we were working through that, but it's pretty interesting how this is like the only thing we kept alive in the end. I still think I rerolled the Myco then. I can reroll both of these in that scenario. If I whiff on this dice, then on both of these we're in pretty bad shape. Yeah, because this doesn't do much if the Berserker's already dying and we're already saving the Dabbler. It does give the Dabbler more health for next turn, and it means that when I cast a spell next turn, the Dabbler doesn't die immediately. Okay, we'll keep it, we'll keep it. So the only question is, do I want to risk a 1/6 chance of probably losing right now in this turn? Probably not. So we just go and do this then. Yeah, because next turn if I can't heal the Dabbler and the Cleric, this at least gives them some security against the Banshee's Wail. Just run with that. We're locking it in. Oh my gosh, another huge hit from the Fanatic. You have to die this turn. Poisoning the Disciple. This turn actually doesn't seem that bad. I have to get cleanse on the cleric probably to save the disciple here. We have a fanatic kill already, but is it enough? Probably. I think we just take the safe fanatic kill. We kill the fanatic and you live. Although I want to kill this bones as well. Which needs extra mana because I probably need to play Spore on this. Wait, how's this work? I need 3 and 4 damage. Right now I have 6 damage. You know what's funny is I could have let these people die this turn by casting a spell and then revive them as well. A little revive synergy there. You can always do some interesting stuff with revives when you're able to have a hero die on your turn before you're finished playing all your dice. I don't think we re-roll this in hopes of getting the mana. Even though I think we're probably mostly okay with revive. Just getting a berserker back would be good. This side would really suck. I think I want to re-roll both of these looking for mana. And we still have that mana potion, which would really save the day as well. And your cleanse shield is really good here too. I don't think this healing does a whole lot on its own. Well, actually, this saves the cleric. No, it doesn't. Not when I cast a spell. It's a pretty good target for Spore. But then I'd have to play it on the cleric anyways. Both uses of it, so... Oh, let's get mana. Okay. This is intriguing. That's all I wanted. Let's do it. Now, this is quite dire. Oh my gosh, but I think we just rolled what we needed to win. Possibly. This doesn't kill already because we don't have mana yet. And also, when I cast a spell, 3 of our characters are dying. If I can get 1 mana out of these 2, we can win. Because I can Spore the Dabbler to kill the Banshee. Now that's a win, where we go into a floor 12 boss fight with 4 heroes dead. Which is far from ideal. I think the best thing that can happen here is we roll mana on you, and you get your double heal. So I'm going to reroll both of these guys. Oh! It happened. It happened, y'all. Can't heal the Myco. But this means that these guys don't die this turn, which means they come into next fight with full health. I'll take that. I'll take that. Lich time. Extra Bones edition. I think I agree with myself in not liking Unholy Strength a whole lot. It's made some of these floors probably worse than they would have been without it. Also quite good. I probably actually do this setup in this fight. I think this is really strong against these bones, especially with Spore here. I think this will be really good in this fight. And this is a long fight too, so having pain sides that you're using all the time is not great. Even though we do have great mitigation for that in our Cleric and Disciple. We even like revive them. We have 2 heroes with revive, but I think this will be a really good setup for this fight. And we do get another hero, so that might be Moot. Maybe this goes on the new hero. That'll be tier 3, so it'll probably have a bigger health pool. Maybe better sides to get +1, yada yada. Maybe something better for the Dragonhide gloves. But I'm gonna call this one here. This has gone on for a good length so far, so really fun so far in our first dip into shortcut. That last floor was really difficult. I actually feel reasonably good about this Lich fight. Only having 2 guys at half health. Oh, giving the Berserker Unholy Strength at half health is a bold move. Fortunately, the only things that can one-shot him are bones. And we should be able to kill bones pretty well, so if I keep that there, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we'll leave this here. So thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to pick this up next time to pick up some more shortcut mode here on level 12 and Unfair. Since it's been a while since I've done a video, I will give you guys the reminder. Check out the links in the description of this video below. You'll find some slice and dice probability reference tables I've made. You will find my Patreon if you want to show some support to me and my other work here. You'll find the Discord community if you want to come and hang out with all the lovely people there, and some other links down there. But for now, I am off. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out, and I'll see you all next time. Take it easy, everyone.